All right, come on, bring it on in, bring it on in. It's time for a pep talk. It's time for a heart talk. I want to talk about purpose and happiness, something that a lot of people are struggling with in today's society and for quite some time, not just in modern society, but also in the olden days. You know, I have had the pleasure to have and still have a very fun life. I'm a Sagittarius rising. Of course, my life is going to be maybe a little toxic too, but I digress. I live for the spice of life, and so do you. So do you. That's why we eat up social media at the rate that we do, loving to watch all of the different people's experiences and all the fun and the adventures that they go on. And we long to have those adventures too, but we don't know how to get there. Well, I can't say that everyone's path is the same, and I won't because it's not true. But I will share a little bit of my journey, and hopefully, this can help you figure out how to configure and, fine tune, craft your journey to meet your greatest good and put you in your highest potential and bring you to that place of bliss or happiness that you were seeking. We'll have to learn about it by thinking about what the ultimate end goal is, right? So, for most people, the ultimate end goal is for like home security and financial security, right? At the end of the day, you seek different opportunities in life to try to find a home that is stable, housing that is stable and makes you happy. Not just stable, but makes you comfortable and makes you happy, right? And then you want to have the financial security so that you can actually maintain that and sustain that, correct? A lot of people are finding so many different ways to get there. I don't know about anybody else, and I can't speak for anyone else, but if you're anyone like me, one of the routes that were being offered through the people who are controlling society is to get a 9 to 5. If you get a 9 to 5, the promise is that you will get good credit. The creditors will give you loans so that you can get the housing security that you want. And then also that 9 to 5 will give you the savings that you want so that you can maintain that retirement once you do get your nest egg or whatever. Right? The thing about that is that you have to be miserable in most cases, not always, during that time because it goes so against. Not many people are able to find their frequency within the 9 to 5 realm. Like they're not able to find something that actually is in alignment with their truth and their passion and their purpose. So they get into these 9 to 5s and they get into this system and they play the game and they play the long game and they say you need to do it for at least 5 to 10 years now before you can get those credits to get to that end goal. And the whole time you're miserable while you're doing it. Meanwhile, you're hoping that you could have had all these experiences and you're doing it all so that you can have these wonderful, fun, fantastic adventures and experiences that you crave, that you watch other people have. Well, the truth is that there's a million and one ways to skin a cat. Not literally, entertainment purposes only. Don't hurt the fur babies or I'm coming for you. But one way that I found to be able to have as many adventures that I want is through volunteering. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, you don't get paid. But what you do get is actually, you do get paid. We have to, okay, see, part of the problem, I'm trying to break this down to you. Part of the problem is that you've been taught that payment is just cash, is just money. You were not taught the value and experiences. Hold on, let me break this down. When I volunteer, I get flown out, I get room and board, and I get experiences. All of that goes on my resume. All of that goes on. This year, again, I'll be volunteering for AnimeCon, for instance, because it's in my vein. I love to cosplay. It's my people. So I volunteer there as a technician, tech assistant, camera woman, all of that stuff. So now I get front row seats at the concerts that are playing all weekend long for AnimeCon. And everything else, I get access to everything else behind the stage, all of that, all the stuff that people have to pay hundreds of dollars on their ticket to get access to. I get for free, plus I get accommodations and all of that. Depending on your volunteer opportunity, you can get flights, you can get travel paid for. Now, I spent a life, right? Now, what happens is it may take a little longer to get to that nest egg because I'm doing volunteering and I'm having my fun up front. I'm having my fun right now while I'm on my journey instead of waiting to get my fun or the idea of what is supposed to be fun, right? Because you tell yourself, oh, once I get, my savings and I get my home, then I can have the luxury to then go have fun. I don't want to wait. That's like saving money that you may never get to spend. I want to spend my time now. I want to spend my life right now. What's even better about this, doing it this way, is that not only do you get to have all the fun experiences right now up front, and yes, it may take a little longer, but when you do get that property and you do get that nest egg, guess what? You know what to do with it. You can have way more fun and interesting and dynamic things going on once you get that property than you would have if you spent your time just only working a 9 to 5 that wasn't even moving to the beat of your heart. Because then once you finally get that property, you're so exhausted and you're sitting there like, now what the fuck do I do? You haven't learned anything. You don't have any experiences to build anything from there, to have anything of any worth. And this goes for most people, not all people. Just keeping it a stack. And then people are just miserable and bored in their old age. This is how I can be a soon-to-be 45-year-old woman in the summertime and still have a twinkle in my eye, because I'm always on an adventure and I am having my fun right now. I'm eating my cake right now. No, you can't pay bills on volunteer work, but what you can do is build experiences that then go on your resume, that then get you jobs or whatever that help you to pay the bills. Are you going to get, I may have to live in an apartment a little longer than I get to live in a house, but that's the risk and the sacrifice that I'd rather take. I'd rather take that risk to enjoy the spice of life, because life is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. Burning Man is what's up for me next. I'm really excited. I want to use my medical skills as a Navy medical corpsman veteran to help with emergency medicine there. I would like to be a light guardian. That's someone who is cloaked in a white robe and walks around with a light to make sure that people are okay. And I would like to be in the plant medicine psychedelic tents to help people who are going into the different realms ground and be safe and feel safe with my shamanic skills. These experiences are the things that give me the wisdom behind my craft. Seeking out experiences that are in alignment with your soul path, purpose, and your truth is so important. And it leads to far greater blessings that you could ever imagine. The amount of networking alone that happens when you put yourself in close proximity with things that are in the vibrational match and frequency with your divine birthright, priceless. It's a matter of, listen, this is big Jupiter energy talking, Sagittarius rising talking. It's a matter of a difference of leading you to a situation where you hit a jackpot because you were in the right room with the right people, because you took calculated risks, versus just sitting on your ducks and playing it safe and never ending up in, meeting the right alignment to traject you into the proper timeline, your timeline of wealth and abundance. So, I mean, that's just one way you can do it. That's just one example. There's so many other ways. I'd love to hear other ways that you guys are living out loud, living freely. I'm on life path number 5, so I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about that freedom, right? And I'm going to know exactly how to obtain it. So it's definitely a pick your poison. You can, work hard for 5 years and then get a place and not even really know what to do with it and not have the skills, and have to then start learning them skills from scratch and then spend all them years doing it and then get burnt out. Or you can start now. It's up to you. But make sure you're the one making the decision and the decision's not being made for you.